Hi, 7th grade. Welcome back to our second to last lesson, I believe. Yes. This is going to be continuing more information about HIV and AIDS. Journal number 58 is what did you think about the puppet show? Could you explain the immune system to someone else if you needed to? And how would you or what would you say about it? And as always, we got our two wordles. And then today I added something that kind of came into play. I'm also trying to film outside, so it's a little shaky. But I got a joke for the day. Oh, hold on. There's a lot of wind. This is a bad idea, I think. Why don't ants get sick? Are you ready? The answer is very simple. Except I can't find the X. Because they have little antibodies. Ha 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 ha. Get it? Never mind. Whatever. Anyhow. So, before you started, I had asked you to print out this sheet. If not, hit pause. I'm going to say that a few times during today. Write this down in your notes. Or take out this sheet because I'm going to give you an opportunity to fill it in together. Now, I am going to keep going because you don't want to listen to me say and wait for you to fill it in. So you can pause if you need to. If not, just fill it in. There's no right or wrong answers. Nobody's checking. Nobody's even going to know if you fill it in because I'm not there with you. But I'm going to be giving you hints as to how to fill this in, and I'll explain afterwards why I'm asking you to do so. And on the next page, on the first line, what I would like you to do is for you to write down your favorite female actress. I wrote down Jennifer Lopez, and I'll give you my answers, but you don't have to copy mine. You don't have to do it. Honestly, I'm not going to see it, but you'll understand at the end of this. And then if you see I'm going too fast, just pause it. Then write down your favorite two male actors. I wrote Hot Ryan Reynolds and Marky Mark. I like Mark Wahlberg. Then let's go with two female cartoons. Again, if I'm going fast, you can always pause and fill in your answers as you go along. Good old Marge Simpson. And then we have Minnie the Mouse. Then two male cartoon characters. Those male cartoon characters, I went with Homer Simpson and Popeye. I don't even know if you know who Popeye is. He's a little strong man who eats spinach. Then I'm asking you to write down two female musicians. I went with Beyonce and Taylor Swift. I'm sure you have different ones. Then we have two male musicians. Justin Timberlake for me and Gene Simmons. He's of Kiss. If you've never seen Kiss, ooh, you're missing out. And then numbers 12 through 15. I'd like you to write down the names of any four female names that you can think of. Don't write anyone in your class or any of your friends. So I just picked four female random names, and those names I chose were Patty, Edna, Gertrude, and Olga. And now that you have yours, if, again, you didn't get a chance to finish, you could pause, and then unpause when you're done. I'm going to read to you a story with my names. My story could be just as similar as to your story, but either way, you're going to understand why I wrote this. So there's a 16-year-old girl named Jennifer who unknowingly contracted HIV. In high school, she sleeps with two boys named Ryan and Mark, and she has unprotected sex with them. Mark lives in a bad neighborhood, and he uses heroin, and he shares his needles with Marge and Minnie. Marge has two close friends, and they decide to become blood brothers and sisters. Most people don't do that anymore, but sometimes in imaginary world. Named Homer and Popeye. Homer gets married to Beyonce, but has an affair with Taylor. Beyonce asks for a divorce, but finds out she is pregnant and gives birth to Justin. Taylor is a steroid user whom she shares her needles with Gene. And Gene is a guy who likes to get around and sleeps with many other people. Some of those people include Patty, Edna, Gertrude, and Olga. Now, that story I just read to you, these are everyday natural occurrences. We've heard of all these things occurring many times in life. Now, if I told you that that story took a 5-year time period, what I wanted you to understand was that no matter what sexually transmitted disease we're talking about, but since we are talking about HIV, those were ways that HIV can be transferred from one person to the next. So in 5 years, we went from Jennifer, didn't even know she had it, to all the way down to the bottom, and we have 15 people. So it's kind of scary. That's why part of the reason why this disease doesn't just go away and we still have people passing it on, because all of those are normal occurrences. Now, there are some common signs and symptoms of people who are dealing with HIV/AIDS. In class, I would have given you G-money, but here are some scrambled up symptoms. Once again, pause if you want to try and figure them out, and then unpause, and then I'll give you these 5 answers. Pause now, and welcome back. We have bleeding gums or nose. We have fevers of 100 degrees for 10 days or more. We have night sweats. We have weight loss. And we have diarrhea. We have 5 more. At this time, you may pause to get the answers. Welcome back. We have swollen lymph nodes, sores in the mouth, white spots in the mouth, memory problems, and headaches. If somebody's dealing with any of these symptoms, they start seeing a combination of all these, definitely a good idea to go get tested, go to the doctor. Now, when it comes to dealing with HIV and AIDS, there are 3 stages of AIDS. We've already kind of mentioned the first one. HIV enters the body. People can feel and look normal for up to, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 10. It depends. But as you saw in the puppet show last week, HIV is destroying T cells, and it's slowly weakening your immune system. And then what ends up happening, if it's not taken care of, people might still look fine, but they start getting sick a little bit more often. We had talked about it. Less T cells, and it starts to get to a point where people can't fight off combat any illnesses. They start losing weight. And I had said last week, if the T cell count falls below, does anyone remember what number? 200 T cells. That's where HIV transfers over to AIDS. Once a person has AIDS, I had mentioned we're looking at a much shorter lifespan left. The immune system pretty much is breaking down. People become very tired and weak. Skin cancer occurs. They can start having purple marks. Hair loss soon follows. And they usually die within 2 years around. Okay? But I did mention there's a lot of great drugs out there that help treat HIV/AIDS. Not only these are just some of the more common ones. There's drugs that actually slow down the rate of HIV multiplication. Then there's drugs that keep increasing the T cell count. So there are medicines that are slowing down this process collectively. Okay? But there are many ways you can protect yourself from HIV, AIDS, and STDs. Number 1, we spent the whole class on this. The only sure way is abstinence by not doing anything. Number 2, make sure you discuss ear piercings with parents. Don't just do it with friends. Make sure you're ready to get a tattoo, and we're not, once again, just going in somebody's basement. Hopefully that doesn't happen too often anyway. Don't drink or do drugs. It's harder to say no. I think I've mentioned this a few times over the years, guys. Just be careful. Once you start going partying, people might ask you to do things, and you can't make the correct decision sometimes. All of a sudden, you wake up, and now your life is a little bit different, okay? Wear disposable latex gloves when you see or go near blood, and wash your hands immediately if working with blood or bodily fluids, okay? Trying to flip this around. Hey, we're outside. Whoa. So that's it. I don't know. I miss you. It's almost the middle of June. So hope you have a wonderful week. I need a haircut. Oh, good though. Bye. I'll see you later.